What's up guys, Ryan here. This is the June 2019 monthly passive income report where I'm going to show you how much money I made, both revenue where I can and what more importantly, the profits, because way too many people brag about revenue, and revenue, you could be making a lot of revenue and be selling at a loss, right? So what I'm going to do is highlight my income from my various passive income streams, but I'm going to focus in on the profits. I try to keep it completely transparent. Besides keeping my niches to myself for my products and my designs, for print on demand, it's pretty much as transparent as I can be. So Amazon FBA brought in $11,844.66 of profit. Amazon Merch brought in $977.75 of royalties. Dropship print on demand brought in $2,172.48 of profit. And Google Ads brought in $340.07. So let's drill into the numbers. All right, so on Amazon FBA, I did 2,492 sales, bringing in $52,900.19 of revenue, of which I kept $11,844.66 of profit for a gross margin of around 22%. So looking at the sales by day here, you can see on the chart, brought to you by Fetcher.com. If you guys need sales analytics for your Amazon FBA business, I would highly recommend Fetcher. It's like $19 a month. Not only do they give you your actual information, you tell Fetcher your product cost and your shipping cost per product, and then they will dynamically calculate your profit on a per order basis after they take out Amazon Seller Central, campaign manager advertising costs, Amazon referral fees, etc. So it's obviously it's no small feat to calculate your Amazon actual numbers. I just outsource it to Fetcher for $19 a month. They also help you track your inventory reorders based on your actual sales figures. So if you want to know when it's time to reorder a certain product, you input the lead time. Fetcher will tell you when it's time to reorder. All right, so my existing SKUs, my best seller generated $4,129 on the month. And I had 3 SKUs doing four-figure revenue. That's a typo. Revenue. So I had 3 SKUs doing 5-figure revenue and 9 SKUs doing between 3 and 4 figures profit. It's a little bit top heavy, as you can see by the product sales and profitability breakdown here. It tends to be the case sometimes on Amazon because if you have certain products that can climb to that number 1 spot, they will see a massive spike in sales than if you have a product outside the top row of products. My best selling brand too has a lot of products that bring in a couple $100 to even $1,000 a month without exploding in popularity. They're never going to be best sellers, but they also help with building my brand recognition. All right, so like I said, here, there's nothing wrong with semi-successful SKUs. Bringing in a couple $100 of profit each month. I've listened to some advanced seller podcasts too, where other people are in agreement that it's okay to stack these SKUs that are bringing in $500 to $1,000 a month. And also you never know which one of those is going to break out and become a bestseller over time. It doesn't happen overnight though, guys. The same way that you're not going to rank a new website on Google organically at the top very quickly. It takes time. Amazon's pretty much the same way, unless you do giveaways and try to game the system, which I don't take that approach. All right, so an update on my new SKUs. I had mentioned in my previous income reports that I had launched a new product. I think in April it went live, and it was off to a terrible start because the factory, the product without naming it, has a window built in, and the window, it's clear. It's not glass. It's something similar to glass without being as fragile. But they left a protective layer of film on that thing on both sides. It made the window look super dirty. And as a result, the customers thought that this was a cheap, low-quality product. And removing the film, by the way, was not easy. You pretty much need to have an X-Acto knife. So it was not good. Not a good situation. It was my first order, though, so I never order that much quantity on the first order. And I ended up having to take a wash for the first time ever and liquidating this product. As in, not on FBA, but off FBA. To get whatever money I could out of it, because it just was not going to work out. The customer complaints were too high. And when that happens, Amazon will email you and they'll close it's all automated, but they'll close your listing and you'll have to go in and say how you resolved it. And you can only do that so many times before they just say, all right, we're going to actually have a human look at this and see what's going on. And then when that happened though, I had already gotten rid of the product. So their automated system still made that happen, but I was done with the product at that point. All right, so that was the first time for everything. Took an L on that product due to a manufacturer mistake. I mean, if they didn't do that mistake, I would still be selling it, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna move on from that product, honestly. SKU number 2, this went live in mid-May. I mentioned this in my last income report where I'd profited about $150, $160 from a brand new SKU that had just went live, which is crazy because if you guys have launched your own FBA products, you know that it takes time and it takes advertising dollars to get off of page 10 and in front of customers, right? I mean, realistically, they're not going to find you unless you're paying to advertise. And I was able to operate at a profit right out of the gate. And now I had more strong sales all through the month of June. It's starting to rank better on primary keywords. They are very competitive keywords, so I wasn't sure how this product was going to do, but it ended up being, I found a good supplier so that I was able to pad my margins. I don't know if my competitors are paying the same price as I am, and we just discovered a niche that has like really high profitability because, you know, the more competitive things get, if you get into pricing wars, pricing keeps dropping, profitability goes out the window right with it. But I've got a nice profit margin built in, even with undercutting my competition. And that's how I'm able to operate at a profit, by the way, because I am having to advertise to generate these early sales. I've got a nice profit margin built in, though, so I'm still profitable. So I'm still making money off this new SKU. I'm actually recording this it's July 23rd when I'm recording it, and I'm sold out of the SKU, so I'm waiting for the reorder to get there. A higher quantity reorder to see how this is really going to shake out over the long term. But so far, so good. And then SKU number 3 went live, in July. So it did not go live in June. I think it might have gone at the very end of June, like very, very end, where I might not have even gotten a sale because I might not have had time to configure the advertising campaigns. But this SKU, I dropped 25 grand on the first order. That is not a common thing for me. But I did a lot of research. It's the most competitive SKU competitive niche I've ever entered, but I was up for the challenge. I'm excited. I actually just dropped a video on my channel, I think 2 days ago, talking about how I'm getting the initial sales traction in such a competitive space. A little loophole, if you will, but it's working. So that's all that matters. It's not like a hack. It's nothing that's going to get me in trouble. It's not against any terms of service or anything like that. I'm just using what I have at my disposal to my advantage. And I do have that initial traction. BSR is almost under 10,000 at this point. So climbing, I don't want to say rapidly, but it's climbing. You know, if I said rapidly, it'd be misleading because this second SKU that I'm talking about, that was rapid. Whereas this one is climbing steadily. But this SKU is so competitive that if you're on page 2, you're still making good money. And if you're at the top of page 1, you're easily making 6-figure profits per month. So that's the dream. If I can get this ranked, like I can really think about leaving that 9-to-5 job that I still haven't left yet. So PPC advertising, my numbers month over month are red as expected because, you know, at this point I had 2 new SKUs. I got rid of the third, but 2 new SKUs that I'm still cranking advertising dollars into. Like think about my SKU number 2 that I didn't name. While I was operating at a profit, the margins are still getting wasted away by advertising. And also, like, I can be more aggressive in my advertising to try to speed up the sales velocity. Like, just because I'm advertising at a profit doesn't mean I should kick back and say, oh, my brand new product's bringing in $150 over a 2-week span, which is what it did in April. Like, I should just relax on that. No, like, I'm hungrier than that. If it can do that without any organic sales, then what can it do with organic sales? Like, I'm always thinking, if I can rank it on the top of page 1 or as close as feasible, how many organic sales, like what kind of profit is it going to bring me per month? So that is my goal. That's why the month over month advertising in the campaign manager is it's not in the red, it's just red month over month. Although ACOS of 33% is, if you averaged out all my SKUs and their profit margins, that might be above the average profit margin. The average profit margin might be about 30%. But does that mean that I lost money on the month? No, only on advertising. But the whole point of Amazon and advertising is your sales that come through advertising, that still helps build your organic rank. So you have to play their game. You know, they want you to play the game this way in 2019. And, you know, they say jump, I jump. I say how high, right? And if we're going to sell on Amazon, we got to kind of play by their rules. So that's where the customers are, though. And that's where I am as a seller. All right, guys, so Amazon merch, I did 274 sales, generating $5,140.84 of revenue, of which I kept $977.75 as royalties. My average royalty was $3.65, and, you know, in order to be competitive, I think you should, when you initially upload or re-upload your designs, price them low and then keep an eye out. When you get a sale for the first time, manage it and increase the price for more profitability. Like, I think initially your initial first sale, depending on what tier you're in, I've done some in-depth content out there talking about pricing by tier, but if you're in like tier 10, don't even, just defer profitability, right? But like for me being in tier 10,000 now, when I upload initially, a lot of times I'll aim to make like $1 and change, between $1 and $2 for that first sale. And then after that, I'll up the price to make in between like $2.50 to $3. It all depends on the product. So here we can see my Merch Titans analytics dashboard. My best seller was, you know, it's an evergreen design, but there was one day where I sold like 10 of them, and I don't really understand it because it wasn't to the same customer. It was to different people, or at least the sales came in at different times. And all came in heather gray too. So without giving up the niche, I don't know why that was, but it must have been semi-trending. Yeah, so it was just a standard, by the way, just a standard text design, distressed text design. I've said this before on my channel. I've put up tutorials, but you can sell, like if you're not a graphic designer, you can just put distressed text on these shirts and they will sell. It really can be that simple sometimes. Yeah, and looking over here at my other monitor, all of my sales were organics. So there was no trends. I didn't get out ahead of any trends. On the month, this was just evergreen organic sales. Evergreens is what I meant to say, not organic. So evergreen sales the whole way through. Nothing went too crazy other than the one shirt that had like 10 sales or more in that first day, or on that one day, and that I don't even understand why. When it comes to like AMS advertising, by the way, I maybe have like 1 or 2 AMS campaigns still running for merch products. The rest I'll maybe advertise like super low ball CPCs for my Printful FBM products. But for the most part, I'm not using AMS to advertise. So I trust Amazon, #1 e-commerce website in the world. I trust that if you list stuff here, if customers are looking for it, if it's not like super hyper competitive and they get a chance to see your design, then some percentage of the time they're going to buy from you. And your really good designs, if Amazon's algorithm doesn't fail, they should rise to the top, and those should get the most sales. So my big news on the month, I tiered up to tier 10,000. If you guys haven't checked out the Pretty Merch Chrome extension, it gives you this nice like confetti and little purple dinosaur, and it'll give you like a little icon for your merch tiers. Kind of like incentivizes you to keep pushing through the tough tiers and keep hitting those next milestones. So I love the Pretty Merch Chrome extension. I always put a link in the description. If you upgrade to Pretty Merch Pro like I did, you get the cool like analytics dashboard that I always show off here. Additional notes, I've been using the Merch Titans uploader so I made a video on tier 10,000. I've been using the Merch Titans uploader to automate my uploads to Amazon merch, because it's just like I don't have the time to sit here and manually upload, even with the create beta multiple products. I don't have all day to spend re-uploading designs, and I've manually uploaded over 13,000 designs. Like, you can actually see how many you've manually uploaded. Like, well, they don't know if it's manual or automated, but before I ever use the automation, if you go to the manage tab, it'll tell you how many designs you've uploaded, because even the ones that are removed, they're still listed, so you can still see the aggregate total. And yeah, after doing that many manual uploads over the years, I'm all about the automation now. So they also released zip hoodies on the 11th of June. And by default, the Merch Titans uploader was uploading to the zip hoodies because they didn't know that the update was coming where the zip hoodies would be available. And it was actually to my benefit because I sold a handful of them over the month, like something like maybe 5. But it was just crazy that I sold any at all, because the way that it was rendering designs on them was suboptimal. It was not optimized the way it should have been. So the designs didn't look that good in my opinion. Like they were smaller than they should have been, and people were still buying them. So anytime that you can, like if Amazon is offering all of a sudden Prime print on demand zip hoodies overnight, upload immediately, because there will be like it's like comprehensible how many customers there are shopping on Amazon on a daily basis, like millions, tens of millions. And on Prime Day, which was in July, like maybe even, I don't know about 100 million, maybe though, if it's internationally, maybe. So, just get out there and be one of the first people to offer these new products, offer your designs on them. Because like I can speak to the fact that I didn't see it coming, but I was getting sales on them before I even knew they existed. Because the Merch Titans automation sometimes is like so autopilot, and then I'm like, whoa, zip hoodies, when did that happen? I'm getting sales on them. So the base cost of a zip hoodie, $26.81. They're adult unisex. Amazon will always provide you in the resources section a suggested price. They say $29.99. And yeah, that'll generate $2.26 royalty. And actually, this is my suggested price. So I don't know if Amazon updated their resources page with a suggested price or not. They've done that for some of the products, the mainstay products. So my suggested price offered at $29.99 initially. After you get that sale or consistent sales or a product review, increase the price for more profitability. The colors available: black, dark heather, forest green, heather gray, navy, purple, red, and royal. So pretty exciting. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 colors for the new product. Yeah, it's an exciting time to be on Amazon Merch, and they're just gonna keep adding new and more products. And by the way, guys, like pop sockets, they're the exclusive sellers of pop sockets, so you can only get them through Amazon. So if you haven't been uploading to pop sockets, you should be doing that too. Just saying, there's really no competition on them. So if you're in Amazon Merch, it's only you and the other Amazon merchers competing for the pop socket sales. And that pretty much rounds it all out for Amazon Merch in June. All right, Dropship print on demand. I sold 377 products for $2,172.48 of profit. So just so you guys know, Dropship print on demand, this is my non-FBA, non-Amazon Merch sales of print on demand products. And when I say Amazon, that's FBM, fulfilled by merchant sales that come through Seller Central. So this is not including Amazon Merch at all. So breakdown of sales by platform. So breakdown of sales by platform, I sold 198 on Amazon, 6 on eBay, 112 on Etsy, 57 on Redbubble, 1 on Teespring, and 3 on Spreadshirt. So I'm just going to include the additional platforms like Teespring, Spreadshirt, TeePublic, Zazzle. Don't know if I forgot one there, but the Merch Titans automation uploader lets me upload to these additional platforms. They don't get the same traffic that Amazon or Redbubble does, the same exposure. So I'm not anticipating getting a ton of sales, but it's still money, it's still more money. So I'm going to keep uploading to them. It's not hard. Once you have your like data spreadsheet for the uploader, everything keys off that. So if you can upload to one platform, you can upload to another. It's not hard. So month over month, I was trending down with Dropship print on demand. Etsy was the big drop off, although I wasn't really doing anything different at all. I didn't upload any new products in June. That's the only thing. So I'm really busy trying to make these videos and finish up my courses, my full courses, and I want to make sure they're top notch. So I really put a lot of time and effort into them. It's been tough to like spend time designing and uploading to Etsy, and other platforms really. If I can't automate, like with Etsy, I've got all my t-shirts up there. So it's really about like new products, but I'm not really too worried. I'm recording this in July. Like my sales have been fine in July, if you guys are wondering, but I'll do another income report for July. But yeah, so promoted listings, I spent $420.34 to generate $1,688 in revenue. Pretty much like all red month over month, but I also had a really good month in May. So when you see red, that doesn't mean I'm operating in a loss. It just means that like I'm trending down month over month, but that's a small sample size. I'm not worried about it, like I said. I still did good enough sales-wise. I did $5,980.27 of sales through Printful, which meant that I earned a 5% volume discount for July. And as long as I'm getting that 5%, like that's a 5% flat rate increase in profit. That, you know, that's like the base what you want to shoot for. You want to hit that 5K sales number each month, because that's a huge edge to have that 5% cushion built in the following month. And that's pretty much it for Dropshipped print on demand. Nothing too crazy happened other than just continuing to use the automation uploader to get my big catalog of designs available for sale in as many places as possible, including re-uploading to Amazon Merch, because as you guys know, the designs fall off if they don't make a sale in a specified period of time. So it's a year now, but it used to be 6 months. So anything that I re-uploaded for the fourth quarter that didn't sell has fallen off by June. All right, so to recap, June 2019, I did $11,844.66 of profit on Amazon FBA, $977.75 royalties on Amazon Merch, $2,172.48 of profit through Dropshipped print on demand sales, which is the aggregate of all the print on demand sales that weren't Amazon Merch and that were not like Amazon FBA products. That doesn't mix in either. And then I made $340.07 on Google Ads, which is for like websites that I've built in the past where I just run Google Ads on them and they get decent traffic, and I don't have to do anything, passive, no maintaining them, which is actually an uptick month over month. It was a nice little month there in June. So the aggregate grand total on the month was $15,334.96 of passive income profits for June 2019. In a month that nothing really notable happened, where I'm spending my time like focused on these courses and these YouTube videos and not dedicating much time to these businesses, that's a pretty good number, right? I mean, I'm proving that it really is passive, because I'm still working my day job and doing these other projects and still collecting money from my efforts in the past, which is the whole point of passive income. Like, hopefully you guys are seeing that. It's like minimal maintenance to maintain these business models, and stuff like Amazon Merch really there's like no maintenance. FBA, it's like, if I don't want to launch new products, all I have to do is keep inventory in stock. Like, go to the bank, do wire transfers, and send a couple emails. It's nothing. Dropship print on demand, it's like, again, the systems are in place. Gearbubble, Printful are my two print on demand production partners that I'm using primarily. I get sales, they fulfill them. It's hands off. Like, I got my credit cards on file. They can bill the credit cards. My customers get the products. What more could you ask for, right? And every now and then there's some little bit of customer service to do. But nothing crazy. So that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, go ahead, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, hit me up below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see you at the next one.